Hello everybody, welcome to Sparkless Inspiration for your gorgeous pop of positivity for Tuesday, October 20th. And I am going to be using the most gorgeous starseed oracle. Hooray! And I want to thank the sender. Whoever you are, please message me. I haven't checked my messages today, but this just arrived and I know it was on my wish list. However, it didn't come with a note attached, but thank you so much. And thank you for all my patrons and followers and everybody who just sends stuff on my wish list and surprises. I love and adore surprises, and I'm super stoked. And again, at some point today or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, I'll be announcing the winner for the Goddess Provisions box over on Instagram, as well as for the turquoise evil eye earrings that are really gorgeous. They're real gold. They're absolutely amazing. And that was in this week's giveaway. So I'll be announcing that. If you are not a follower on IG, come on over and get in on all of the giveaways. And by following, you're automatically entered. It's my way to give back. I create so many pieces and I like different people to be able to experience them. So I have a contest every week where I just pull a couple cards, and if they match your initials of either your moniker and or your real name, you can win. So let's see what's going on in this beautiful deck. Number one, we have All Paths Lead Home. This is about your inner authority and your intuition and turning your gaze within. You know, it really is an internal job. There's so much going on and flotsam around that can be distracting. Also, you know, just, I always feel like there's all these punctuations on things that are theatrical and dramatic in the news and other things. So we really have to look within to feel our boundaries and what's necessary for us and what we believe, right? Because it's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance, but the new kind of revolution is turning our gaze inward. You know, when we're called to source, it's from our guidance within to sort of study the terrain of our inner landscape and why we react certain ways and why certain things may trigger us over and over, and why some things feel beautiful and like a match for the direction we want to go in. Okay, so there's a way to do this and to develop a reliable relationship with our soul. The more time we spend connecting with that area, the deeper the connection becomes, and we rely and we trust ourselves, right? The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world, and us empaths know about that, right? The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in. Luckily, you know, I'm someone where I have so much stuff going on that it's social, that I'm constantly connecting with people. And I feel like it's really connecting with the right tribe. You know, there's so many beautiful spiritual groups on Facebook, on Instagram, on all of these things that it's able to do that. And to draw on the wisdom from within and to let that be the authority in your life, not other people and their whims and their manipulations, that sort of thing. And you might be called right now to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within and getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, okay? I need to do this before I get in my car and start driving around, because there's other aggressive drivers and they're honking or being whatever, just being nut jobs. It doesn't affect me because I've grounded and I've turned within and said, you know what? The external is the external, and that's what we can't control, but we can control how we respond and feel about it, right? Colette Baron Reid has this great saying that what's happening in the world is not happening to us, it's merely happening around us, and we either choose to participate or not, right? And it really is true that all paths leads home. Now, this doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world, because we need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. It's rather a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from a really unshakable state of being, like that is your energy and your perspective, and this is mine. Much more healthy, right? A state where you draw on your strength, your authority, and your guidance from a place deep within. And I always ask myself, you know, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? If I ever feel any like judgment or criticism or hostility, that's when I turn my gaze within. Why is this happening? Am I feeding into the energy around me? And to choose not to do that. Now, I love this baby steps. The colors in this are so dreamy and wonderful. The combinations are surreal and gorgeous. I love it. So action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. And I saw this great thing from Richard Branson saying, you know what? I'd follow my intuition. I'd say yes. If I knew there was a great offer, I'd say yes. And I would learn about it as I go, or I'd say that I can can learn about it later. So if I was given an opportunity to run something or do something and it felt good, I said yes, and I learned about it directly after. So it's saying yes to things too, because you're being called to take grounded action in response to whatever your soul's calling is right now. And for so many of you guys, this 2020 and this approaching age of Aquarius, it's such a soul-based, beautiful lifestyle where things are simplified, and what really has true meaning and matters, not all the materialistic or image, is what's going to come into play. So a lot of you guys are moving into this energy to start where you are and begin to build in a very consistent way. Because so many people stop themselves from living a soul-led life because they're waiting to know the destination before they take the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. Our soul is always calling us every moment, every day. I have tons and tons of inquiries over on my DMs about this. I'm really feeling called to do this, but I don't know exactly what. I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying, doing, thinking, whatever, but they feel the pull, and we have to trust that. The way to find yourself living in harmony with the cosmos is to really listen to your soul's little baby calls and whispers each day, and to take grounded action in the direction of those calls and whispers. You know, being encouraged to start small, bite-sized, to put one foot in front of the other, to do one thing every day, to break things down into achievable tasks, and also to recall and remember what you did the day before that's helpful in those endeavors, right? I know if my mood is kind of shifting and I don't feel grounded, if I do a read or provide a private reading, my energy is way up, I'm focused and grounded immediately. There's something in that kind of cosmic illumination and those ethereal ties that ground me out, make me feel lighter and more buoyant, and I get in a really good mood. I get excellent energy when I read. So I suggest this to some of you that have tarot and oracle decks to do a read for yourself, for a friend. Film it and then watch it back on your phone, your read for you. Pretend like you're freaking, what's his name? Who was that? Who was that really effusive sports commentator? If anybody can remember, let me go. He was like in the 70s and 80s, and he was hilarious. Like, commentate, talk, bring your energy up through that. Definitely grounded action. But starting small, right? Because time on Earth goes slower than on other planets, and this may cause frustrations for starseeds who can expect a faster pace of manifestation and give up before the seeds begin to sprout. I know I'm uber impatient, and I have to really work on that and come back to my inner strength to know. You know, and if you resonate with that, it's time to opt for consistency over urgency. Remember that. Maybe write that down on a piece of paper. Consistency over urgency. I know, like, if I make a video, I'm like, I want that thing up, I want this and that, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I would rather, you know, be able to be consistent and solid than have everything done right away. And oftentimes urgency, we cut corners and there's problems. So take the baby steps in the direction of your calling, to remember that you don't need to have it all figured out or know exactly where the path is leading you right now, okay? You don't have to know every single step along the way before you set out on your great journey. Just take that next step. And I like this message of what's one simple baby step you can take in the direction of your soul's calling. For me, I start to clean space and clear space, because I find the more oxygen in the room and the less material in the room, the more I can think. That's why I love simple shrines and temples and being outside, because there's nothing that's distracting. I love that. Now let's get to this big picture thinking, because this is Pleiades energy. This is visionary and inspired ideas. And the Pleiadians are our kind of cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and to change our future. And right now we're all being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, to shake off what we've been taught about the world and hold a new vision for humanity. We are in, you know, we're so indoctrinated in all this phony matrix baloney that it's time for a different course. So you're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth kind of a new age and dream a new world into being. The future is woven by dream makers like you know, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. And I remember reading this article. Now, quite a few experts and psychics and other people that got together and saying they really do see a more agricultural-based society with weapons being turned in and destroyed, and our military money going towards cleaning up the planet, you know, within 100 years. We'll be demilitarized. There'll be no reason for it. And wouldn't that be great? Just think of the billions of dollars we spend on defense for really no reason at all. It's absurd. So the world needs more artists, more dreamers, more inventors, and more visionary thinkers. So perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this is your confirmation that it's divinely guided, big picture thinking. We all get these vast, crazy things at times, and we're like, oh, how can I do this? Like, bless Tigra. He has the best idea, and I am not going to put it on blast because I don't want anybody to take this fantastic idea and move it on his territory. But it is a really, really cool idea of something he wants to construct in terms of a really cool, all-inclusive, fun, inventive idea. And I was really excited when he shared it with me. So the Pleiadians support us in this important stage in Earth's development right now. They want us to know the decisions we make today are going to affect the well-being of our planet. And all its species, they're calling on us to be a leader for the future. And you people out there that advocate for domestic violence, like Cheryl, you people that advocate for animals and adoption of them, and getting rid of some of the crazy pesticides and things that deter us from like pure health, keep going. This is Pleiadian messages to really help us develop this and to hold a clear vision of what's possible, because it's the imagination and the follow-through that's going to get us there, and to trust that vision by following through with daily action as well, to dream of this new world and to hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think, right? Because oftentimes, that's why I love there's, as a collective, there's so many great minds out there that, pick that mind that is on your frequency and is great to share with it. If you're talking about somebody that's super logical, that's maybe somebody that works for like big pharma or a cigarette company, they're not on the same kind of level as you right now, okay? So just ask yourself, how are you being called to step up and lead, and what new ideas and creations are you being called to pursue, and write them down and implement them and share them with other free, expansive thinkers. So those are the messages for today. I love them, and I'm loving this Starseed Oracle so much. You just get these crisp, concise messages. They're really beautiful. The artwork is sublime, and I'll do a flip through over on Instagram for this as well, and maybe in tomorrow's video as well, because this is really unsurpassed artwork. Whenever I look at this, I feel peaceful. I feel the starseed energy. It's absolutely beautiful. So again, you guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Melanie. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you guys need a private read or anything else, everything is there. Come on over to the big channel Indigo Tarot Odyssey for tomorrow's killer read. It's going to be released in the morning, I think at like 6 or 8 a.m. It's a huge who am I going to marry and when, and it has all the details. It's an hour long, 6 big pick a card read, really, really fun. And again, you guys, thanks for all your love and support, and I'll be on IG probably tomorrow to announce all the winners for the Goddess Provisions and jewelry as well. So love and light, you guys. Thank you for your love, support, and comments. It means the world to me. And don't forget to subscribe.